Hey guys, welcome back to week 10 of the Extremely Athletic Mentality series, guys. That's it. We have been recording for 10 episodes running. And every week I give you guys a word of the week to follow through for that week. Now, this one really means a lot to me, and it's vision. Now, I just want to read what I've written down as what I define as vision. It is a clear, inspiring, and aspirational statement that describes the ultimate goal that you set for yourself. And so, my ultimate goal for Extremely Athletic is to be the face of South African fitness. And now, with vision, guys, it is all dependent on where you want to go. And you need to set goals that align with your vision. Vision serves as a guiding star, and it provides direction and motivation for the goals that you have set for yourself. And so for me, my mission statement is keep going, keep growing. And so, like doing that, you will be where your vision intends for you to be. You know, for me to be the face of South African fitness, not me, Extremely Athletic to be the face of South African fitness, it's going to take a lot of determination, dedication, perseverance, and all these nice little things that we've spoken about over the course of the last 10 weeks. It's going to take a lot of taking action, consistency, visualization, hard work. It's going to take us really honing into our spirituality, because what's coming up in Extremely Athletic is really going to tap into something. And I want to keep that as a surprise until the day that we start recording and we start bringing up new bits of what Extremely Athletic is all about. And so, guys, if you have been keeping up with the last 9 weeks of this series, you know that I give you 3 exercises to do at home and 3 exercises to try out in the gym. Now, the 3 exercises that I would like you guys to try out at home are squats, bicycle crunches, and shoulder taps, X push-ups. Now, these are all exercises that we've done before. If you're unfamiliar with how to do them, check out what's coming up next. I won't be explaining the exercises too much because we already know what they're about. And so just try them out for yourselves. And we're just going to wrap this whole season up with exercises we've done before, some of my favorites, some of the most important ones. So stay tuned, guys, and check it out. Hey guys, welcome back to the final week of the Extremely Athletic home workouts. So now we've got squats, we've got bicycle crunches, as well as front raises. So I'm not going to do too much talking today. I'm just going to do the exercises back to back to back to back. And yeah, guys, I'm just also going to explain a bit, as to what's important and, how form is absolutely vital. So with squats, we're going to start with squats today. We're going to do front squats, which is oftentimes, a lot more difficult than back squats, but we're just going to leave the weight here. I don't want to leave the weight around my neck because the microphone is there, but we've got our elbows nice and high. We're going to keep our elbows still pointing forward. And we're going to go for 10. That's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The reason why I hold the bag like that, guys, is because oftentimes when we do barbell squats, there's 2 variations. You can leave the bar resting on your shoulders, or you can use your wrists as a bit of support. But in this way, I was literally just using my wrists to strengthen my wrists, which is a win in my eyes. Very, very rare that we can, be versatile in an exercise. But without further ado, we're going to go into some raises. Now we're just going to, instead of doing a lateral raise where we raise to our side, we're going to raise right in front of us. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Their shoulders are on fire after that. And all these exercises are really simple, guys. I just really want to emphasize, even with just the front raises, it's so important to get your form right, because then you're working the muscles correctly. There's no point in going super heavy and having terrible form. Yes, it looks good because you like bench pressing 150 kgs, but you know, if the bar's not even touching your chest, you really aren't getting that full, like, you know, contraction of the muscle. You know, that you aren't getting that full stretch of the muscle. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, guys, let's move on to some bicycle crunches. Guys, we did bicycle crunches a couple weeks back, but I just wanted to run them back because I actually really enjoyed them. Very easy to do, very, you know, simple. So we almost get our knees nice and high, and then we put our hands behind our head. We almost interlock, and we extend our right leg, bring our right arm towards our left knee, and we do the opposite. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's powerful. My core is absolutely shattered. But yeah, guys, that's it for the Extremely Athletic Mentality series. Stay tuned for what's coming up real soon. Keep going, keep growing. Extremely Athletic believes in you. And the 3 exercises I'd like for you guys to try out in the gym are Smith machine lunges, reverse lunges that is, and Smith machine squats. Now you're probably asking, why the Smith machine? The Smith machine really gives you that support and stability that you don't get from using the normal barbell, and it allows for a lot more muscle contraction. And you know, with the Smith machine, you really feel it a lot more because it just targets that muscle so specifically. And I just want us to try out something different instead of always doing the same thing. But this time there is a bit of a variation. And battle ropes, guys, wow, I can't tell you how much this destroys my shoulders from just using the battle ropes to such a good effect. And you actually really, you know, work pretty much almost all the muscles in your body. So stay tuned, check it out. And yeah, guys, that's it for the exercises. I've given you guys 30 exercises to try out over the last 10 weeks, both home at home and at the gym. So there are no excuses. Zero. And so you guys can try them out. Let me know how you find them, and keep going and keep growing, because when you keep going, you will keep growing. What is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing Smith machine squats. Now, for people that are, you know, really struggling to do barbell squats, this is a great alternative. You know, it really gets the muscle really gets the muscle contraction going, you know, and it's good isolation for the muscles too. So there are a variety of ways you can do this exercise. You can either have a wide stance, which is going to target your glutes and your hamstrings and a bit of your quads. How I like to do Smith machine squats, because, you know, I often tend to go shoulder width apart on barbell. I like to keep it nice and neutral and pretty close, and it targets these bad boys right here. So your quads are really going to be activated if you're doing the narrow stance. So I'm going to go ahead and start the set. I've loaded 60 kgs on, and with the Smith machine squat, give yourself that depth so you can really feel the muscle stretch. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this exercise is very powerful when done right, guys. So you're really feeling the quads. And yeah, with the wide stance, it's the same principle applies. Your toes will be pointed slightly outwards though, and then we're just getting that depth. But yeah, that's it for Smith machine squats, guys. Also, while we're here, we might as well do the Smith machine reverse lunge. So I just did my last squats or last sets of Smith machine squats, and now we're going to go into the reverse lunge. This is a good unilateral movement, which basically means single leg movement, giving our body that balance that it needs, because often our dominant leg kind of takes over, or our dominant arm takes over if we're doing a push movement. And so we just want to balance out the strength with the unilateral movement. The reason why I've got a plate underneath my feet is so that when I lunge backwards, I get a better range of motion, activating more muscles in the exercise. So let's go for 10 on each side. And yeah, guys, let's keep it going. Let's keep growing. Extremely Athletic cares about you. So that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This exercise is torture, but no pain, no gain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For my days. Oh, well played. Very well played. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep growing. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the last week of the Extremely Athletic Mentality series. And how funny is it? I've been spending the last 5 or so minutes trying to get my tripod to work, but it actually just broke. But yeah, that's not the point. Today we're doing battle ropes, guys. So I'm sure most of the gyms that you guys go to, if it is, a really high quality gym that has high performance stuff, you'll find these bad boys right here. So with the battle ropes, you have many different options to go. You can either do the waves or the whip, but I prefer those two. You can do so many other variations, but these are the ones that I know how to do best. So I'm just going to explain those to you. We're going to go for about a minute, or we try to go for a minute, but I'll just do demonstrations of about 10 seconds each so you guys know what the wave is. So with the wave, you just get into a nice crouching position. You're just making waves, one arm in front of the other. And then for the whip, it's simultaneously, and you're just trying to get a good rhythm going. It's important to engage your core, get those shoulders working. Yeah, I'm fatigued, so yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna still do one more set, but that was just to show you guys the battle ropes, so try them out for yourselves. And yeah, I'm gonna jump in the sauna now, so yeah. Take care. This week, it aches my heart to not have a book recommendation, but I really want to share something truly inspiring about my life. This is going to be a story that comes from me, and I grew up in the town that I'm recording this right now, actually. I serve at the church that has brought me up. So I've always been someone that has been led by the Spirit. And yeah, guys, I grew up with my father. We didn't always have the best relationship. And we, butted heads a lot. Um, and so this is going to be a bit of a heavy story on my heart that I just feel I need to tell every single one of you. I went to boarding school. I went away. That's what made me, so tough. I was, the typical male image, went to an all-boys school, did the difficult sports, your rugby. I had to be a manly man. I had to be the guy. I had to be a strong individual. Otherwise, you just get, bullied and trampled on. And there were times in school where I did get bullied, and there were times in school where things didn't go well at home. And I just had to tell myself, or God told me, just keep going. And that's where a part of the motto comes from, is to keep going. And in the difficult moments, I I always relied on God. But when I went to boarding school, I didn't really go to church as much. I didn't really read my Bible as much. I was so fixated on worldly things, on making money and getting with girls and, drinking every weekend. And, I started doing my push-ups from a very young age to protect myself from, bullies and, things at home, and just wanting to feel like I'm valuable. And the push-ups really gave me a sense of what I wanted to do. I was 12, 13 years old doing push-ups every night, not knowing what the purpose would have been for doing those push-ups, but they really just gave me a sense of confidence. And I got to boarding school, and a lot of the guys were bigger than me. So some of them picked on me. And so I continued to do push-ups every night at home. And when it was lights out, I still did my push-ups. And I wanted to play in the top teams, and it was just very difficult for me to make it to those teams because I lacked discipline. I lacked self-belief, but I always just continued to believe in myself that little bit more. And, I got into one of the best universities in the country by God's grace. And I still felt like I was missing something. I felt like I was lacking somewhere. And my relationship with my mom wasn't always the best either. So I really had no outlets in terms of people that I could really talk to in my family. My brother and I always were also butting heads. And then I started seeing a psychologist, and she really helped me understand what life meant. And I was able to get my life back on track and, take accountability, which we spoke about last week, and to hold myself to a certain standard. And nothing that happens in my life is ever anybody else's fault but my own. And yeah, I had a really good friend of mine that we were best friends, and we did everything together, and him and I stopped being friends. And I always put identity in someone else and not in what was me. And with the vision that I have for Extremely Athletic, it all stemmed from all these experiences that I've had. I've kept going and I've kept growing. And that's why that motto it serves as something that you should always live by. When you keep going, you will keep growing if you choose to. And life can be very challenging, but if you visualize, if you are spiritual, if you believe in something that's greater than yourself, you will always understand that you have value, you have a purpose, you are someone that is of real importance. And with this story, guys, I really just want to inspire you guys to keep going. I haven't had the best relationship with my parents, but I do now. I haven't had the best relationship with my brother, but I do now. I haven't had the best relationship with God, but I do now. I haven't had, you know, the the gadgets, the worldly stuff, all these cool things, but I do now. Because I kept believing, I kept going, I kept growing. And that's why it is so important, guys, to believe in yourself. I preach this message like it is, everything, because it is. If you don't believe in yourself, who can believe in you? Nobody. Because you attract the frequency at which you vibrate. And so, guys, I urge each and every single one of you to keep going and keep growing, because Extremely Athletic believes in you. As we move into the mentality segment, and this is my favorite part of the series, is just speaking about how you can tap into your vision. You need to be able to set goals, firstly, most importantly. If you lack goals, if you lack ambition, your vision is blurry. You have no sight. You have no target that you want to reach. And for me, my vision keeps me up at night, knowing that I want to be the face of South African fitness, not just South African fitness, but I just want to be the face of fitness in general, because I have such a positive mindset to health. I've cut out a lot of sugary stuff. I've cut out a lot of bad foods for me, fast foods. I've, started reading the Bible more than I read normal books. So I've now looked after my spirit. I've looked after things that mean more to me. And because I've now separated myself from such things that take me away from my vision, it's a lot clearer. I know what I stand for. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want for Extremely Athletic. I know what God wants, more importantly, for Extremely Athletic. It's not about me. It's about helping others. It's about, if I'm the only one in a room that goes to gym, I'm going to encourage people to start working out. Even if it means you go for a run, even if it means that you're just doing a couple push-ups every night before you sleep, if it means that you're drinking a liter of water, even not even a liter, just a glass of water before you do anything in the morning, just to get your metabolism going. I'm always going to encourage people to be healthier, to take the healthier approach. And I I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I'm the furthest thing from perfect. But I'm willing to make changes that will lead to progress. And one thing that makes us as human beings very happy, and what keeps us driving and going forward, is progress. If you learning a new skill, and over a period of time you start to begin to see that you are progressing in that skill, you start to fall in love with it, you start to want to do it more. That's how I felt with the gym. When I was 13, 12, 14 years old and going to gym, I wasn't the strongest guy in the gym. I was in fact probably one of the weakest guys in the gym. And then I started to see the progress in my muscle development. I started to see that I can actually enjoy this. And it wasn't only until 7 years into my gym routine and career that I actually realized that this is a passion that I have. And so you need to choose what really, really matters to you. And I want to end off the series with a verse from the good book. And it speaks of suffering. Take joy in the suffering, for the suffering produces endurance. And the endurance produces character. And the character will allow you to produce hope. And the hope is of real substance because it is hope that you put in the Lord. And so, with that being said, guys, may you be blessed. May you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And this is not the end. We will see each other again soon. But for the Mentality series, guys, remember, keep going because you will keep growing. And so, be blessed, guys. Take care.